Hello. So today I don't have any makeup on and I didn't do my hair because it's Sunday. Sunday fun day. And I'm just sitting around my house trying to clean and edit this Colourpop video because I recently got a bunch of Colourpop eyeshadows in the mail after months and 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 months of deliberation. But I finally did it. So this video consists of two parts. The first one being me receiving my Colourpop palette in the mail in all of its little bits and pieces, and then me talking about it. So I just wanted to tell you that so you weren't super confused as to what was going on here. But yeah, this is my build your own palette video. My experience so far with Colourpop. So far so good. Enjoy. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my bullshit. Please. Ta-da! Just thought I would show you guys my Colourpop box that I just got in the mail today in its original state before I put this palette all together. I got it at work today. I was super excited. I had a tracking number and everything. I was like counting down the minutes. But I actually opened it in the car because I couldn't stand the wait and I wanted to see if everything was okay. So I'll just show you how it showed up in its Colourpop box, which is so cute. And all this nice bubble wrap. Everything is fine. Such a relief. So excited to get this. Let's see if I can get it to stay up. Got this little card. This is Colourpop. See all my shadows in there. And this is my list. Item list. Here they are. All my shadows. I'll make a detailed video going through all these. There's so many. It's 24. Oh, and this eyeliner and Prance, which also looks good. It's like kind of like it's actually gonna match that eyeshadow like perfect, that blue one. Even got a press glitter. Yeah, they're in these little envelopes, so I'm gonna open all those off camera and then I'll put them all on the palette. Here's the palette. Part of the reason it took me so long to actually order this is because I didn't like any of the magnetic palettes that they had to choose from at the time. So they put this butterfly one on there and I was like, yup, that's the one I want. It's super over the top and sparkly and butterfly, and I picked a lot of like purples and blues and reds and pinks and like, yeah, basically all of the colors that are on this butterfly except for the black are gonna be like in this palette. So I just am so freaking excited to finally use this, for it to be here. Honestly, like I already want to make another palette. I think a more neutral everyday one with like blushes and like pressed powders and everything in it. But like I'm gonna wait until I've used this one for a while so like I can really pinpoint what I'm missing, you know, or like what I want to get, and then just to see all the like formulas and stuff like that and see, I don't know, yeah, I want to play with what I have, and then I think if it's as awesome as it looks so far, I might end up getting another one. It's not like the cheapest thing in the world, or like to buy the cheapest way to buy eyeshadows per se, but like I really enjoy the fact that you can pick all the colors you want, so I feel like there's not a lot of waste, just because like I'm pretty picky about colors and I really don't use brown eyeshadow like hardly ever, or like if I do, I already have brown, like it's so easy to get, like no one cares about it. But I spend so much time trying to like get these bright colors and just specific colors that I like actually like, that this build your own palette situation is just so for me. I also just don't like having a lot of extra stuff. Like if I have too much makeup, I just get frustrated. So I feel like this is going to be a really concise way to have all the colors I want and or need in one spot. So I'll be back once I'm done unpackaging all these little eyeshadows. I gotta say, this is like super satisfying to have all these little envelopes in this box, like to open the box and then be able to feel all of these little packages. Like, it's like a package full of packages. So, I'm about to go to town opening these little packages. And then I'll be back to show you my completed treasure. Hey guys! Today I'm going to talk about my Colourpop palette that I have been enjoying for like a week or so. Here's all the colors out of those envelopes that you probably saw in the first part of this video, if I put it in that order. If not, sorry. But here they all are in the order that I've been using them in. After I opened them all and got them all out of their packages, I probably spent like almost 2 hours trying to decide what order to put them in. But it turns out that that was good because it's like really important. So, yeah. Basically, I spent a lot of time putting them in order. I wanted them to be like a gradient just because of the way that like I put my makeup looks together. Like, I tend to pick either one color for a look or like 2 contrasting colors. So I like having them like really organized with their friends, you know, like having the blues and greens together, having the warm colors together, having the kind of transition colors in the middle, like, because it helps me quickly identify, you know, like, if this red is going to be my main color and I want to do it monochromatic, you know, I could use this yellow to lighten it up or this pink to lighten it up, depending on like which direction I want to go. Or like if I want to do red but I want to make it darker, you know, I could add this. And then if I want to do red but I want to make it like sparkly, not necessarily like less or more intensity, I can actually use this pink, because the pink is less powerful than kind of the red. So even on the angle, I like kind of how it plays out. But part of me wishes that there were more different sizes and shapes of palettes to choose from, but that's just because I've been playing with this thing like it's a toy. So yeah, it took me a long time to organize that. Part of me feels like I might still reorganize it as I start to use it more and start to figure out like what colors play well together, because some of these are deceptive, like in the pan. Like this looks pretty neutral, this pink color, but like when I put it on my skin, it's actually quite bright. And this one is a bright pink, but it almost looks red, and this red is like so red, like fire engine-y. And this is actually bright orange, and this is like a shimmery pinky copper gold. But I have no complaints about the quality of any of these eyeshadows. I actually feel like they all perform really well. Sometimes with the shimmery ones, you know, the swatches look very intense, but they can be kind of light. You have to really, I feel like you have to build the shimmery ones up a little bit, but I never use a wet brush, so that might be part of it. If you used a wet brush, I'm sure these would be wild. But like the quality of the powders is fabulous. Like you can build them up, you can layer them, you can mix them together, and like when you blend them, they make like a new color. Like if I use this color in the crease and then I use this color to blend it out, the area where these two colors overlaps, like it turns a nice spring crisp green. Like it mixes how you want it to, because sometimes colors, when you put them together, you know, they don't, even if it's a red and a yellow and they should turn into orange, like sometimes they just don't. Like sometimes they just sit there and they make a weird like gray spot, or they don't blend right. But these blend great. And again, I just feel like being able to pick all the colors that I wanted and put them in the order that is intuitive to me, I think that had a really, really great impact on how I do my makeup. That's the best part about this. Like, I think that if you were going to build one of these palettes, you probably wouldn't really be able to go super wrong, to be honest. If you just pick out the shades you like, and put them in an order that makes sense to you, like, you can't lose. And I watched tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of videos on everybody else's build your own palette, and like the swatches were great. Seeing everybody's swatches was great, just because, you know, the website and the colors in the pan don't look the same. But at the end of the day, I mean, you know, their favorite ones were definitely not always my favorite ones. So that's a thing when someone says it's like their best shade, their favorite shade. I mean, if that's an influencer and you like always like their favorite stuff, yeah, but they were all great quality and they all worked really well and they were all really beautiful, and I've been having a great time with it. And I would say the best part is that for what you pay for, you're only getting exactly the colors that you wanted. So I would say that if you look at all the swatches and if you choose really carefully, like this could be your favorite palette ever. And like some of these shades I have in other palettes, like it's not like they're totally unique. Like I have tons of rainbow, like my NYX Ultimate Brights. It's like the first three are right 1, 2, 3, and they're right here 1, 2, 3. You know, purple. That purple and that purple are nearly identical. This blue comes out a lot like that blue. So it's not like I don't have these colors. But what makes it different is that they're all together in one palette. So when I open this palette, I'm seeing all the colors that I normally work with. That's actually the reason that I like this little NYX palette, is because I feel like there's no garbage, there's no BS, there's no colors I don't need in here. Just rainbow. But of course not everyone feels that way. Some people see like a neutral palette with like a black, a white, 2 shades of brown, and like 2 shimmers, and if they're just the right tone, you know, that's the perfect palette for them. But the beauty of this tool is that you don't have to wait for someone to design the perfect palette. Like if you already know what your perfect palette is, you could just go online and build it your damn self. Just get exactly what you want. And yeah, that was every bit as cool as I thought it would be. So here's my palette. If you want to see swatches or a follow-up video, I guess maybe comment down below. But if not, I think that's all I gotta say about that. Yay!